is my playlist? There it is. It's working. Yeah. No lie. Is it quiet? There we go. That's better. And send the message. Boom. There we go. Hello, cold. Hi. Hello, cherry. Hi, Longa. The Monday thing ended early? I don't know what you're talking about, but that's good, I guess? Also, forgive me if I'm gonna be honest, this is a different microphone. I'm glad you and Queenie can get them. Hello, Queen. How are you? Queenie, hi. Hello, Mr. Go. There is, yeah, it's a different mic than what I'm used to. It's not my microphone. I can change it back. Static? Okay. However, difference is, and apologies for this, the difference between my mic and this mic is I can do this. But I'm gonna leave it off for the most part. Hello, Mari. Would you rather this microphone or did that actually work? Was the echo on? Did it work? I assume it worked. But anyways, would you guys rather this microphone or my normal one? The echo worked good. Echo. There's a lot of static. Okay. I should probably switch over to my other one then, shouldn't I? Because I have it right here. I just have to crawl underneath and set it up. It worked nice. Actually, I could just set it up using this USB port instead. There's the actual notification. Oh, I need to get stuff up. Oh, shoot. I forgot about this. Mute site. There we go. There we go. Nice. Hello, fool. How are you? Oh, that is really cool, like... Oh, that's a cool custom status for Discord. Did I just exit out of Minecraft? No, I just don't have the launcher up. Okay, I'm good. Stream Elements is doing their best. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm gonna... Hello, Ava. How are you? I'm going to switch over mics to my normal one. I'll be right back.
She's gone.
Oh dear.
I left a lunch on the table in the operating room for the bereaved. A cooked ham, as is customary for these dark situations.
A doctor, what?
I must go.
Which one is the ham?
I must go. I'm on break.
Oh dear.
Flowing hair, she was a cutie pie. Meaty face and lovely eye. At a time of death, the doc said time to eat, so he took a bite out of face meat. Samantha, you were impossible to ignore. Samantha, so greedy we want more.
Oh, there we go. I think it's working now. It's working. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me, right? That's clearly not my bot. You're right, you're right. I think y'all can hear me. I'm like 90% sure you can. Shoot, I didn't turn off the bot. I meant to. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna have to fix that after stream. Oh, I also just realized that I've been on this screen the entire time. I thought I was on. Nope, I've been on this screen this entire time. It's fine. Also, why is my music on shuffle? Anyways, hi, how are you? Yeah, I realized that Mapbot just sent a notification. Gosh darn it, the one time that I don't actually pay attention to Streamlabs, it's fine. Anyways, parkour time. Chili parkour. Hey, interesting spin. And he's gone. I'm so happy I'm back at my computer. I'm very happy I'm back. There we go. Now it's angled towards my voice. Train parkour. Let me in. Oh, chat. I am very, very, very happy. I'm back at my PC. And I'm also back to streaming, because I haven't streamed in like 2 days. This is the first non-scuff stream on my PC for like a week. Last time, the breaker kept on flipping, so let's hope that doesn't happen this time. That also means it's been like a week since I've played Minecraft, so because I only play Minecraft when I'm on stream. I'll be honest. In the past like 3 months, I've played Minecraft maybe a total of 3 times when I'm not on stream. Off stream, I've played Minecraft like a total of 3 or 4 times off stream. Also, I feel like my voice sounds different. I don't know how. I think it sounds like raspier or something. I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same. I don't know why. Anyways, how are you guys doing today? I'm also very close to I'm finishing my actual Minecraft skin, because for those of you who don't know, this is not my final one. I'm finalizing it. I've just got to draw out like a few more designs and see which ones I really like. Yes, congratulations on the bread call. I love bread call. It's nice. I like the Discord server. I'm glad it's as active as it is. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be as active as it is, but it is. I didn't realize how much people actually like Discord servers. I didn't realize that. God, it's been a little while since I've played Minecraft. I tried playing it like earlier this week. You don't have Discord? That's okay. You don't have to have Discord. That is a fence. Cobblestone thing. Yep. What did that say? Oh, don't hold them like that. That's new. That's like new player info. But fair. Bring live party. I mean, yeah, to be fair, you two are like the most active, so. Now, come on now, no bullying. It's okay, I see the tone indicators. Tone indicators are great. I love them. One day I'm gonna like join an SMP and stuff, and it's gonna be great. There's like a Discord for small content creators who like want to collab with other people, and guess what? I have the join. I have the like I have the like invite thing, so I think I'm gonna try to join it like later tonight or tomorrow. I don't know when, but I will. Wait, do I have to get up early tomorrow morning? I need to figure out if this is gonna be a short stream or not. Tone indicators are honestly nice. They are. It's not an excuse, it's true. That's fair. No, I don't have to get up early tomorrow morning. Don't I? Okay, cool. I don't have to. That's good, that's good. I like this song. It's very nice. I'm going to try. Can I change people's color in chat? Because, oh my gosh, I wish I could. Please? Because 3 of you are all orange on my side right now. It's annoying me because I can't tell who's talking. Orange gang? Yeah, you would say that. You were part of it. Here, I'll tell you the accounts that are like orange for me right now. Fool is orange, Colt is orange, and Queenie is all orange. To be fair, Queenie's like a darker orange, but like still orange. It's still easy for me to like get confused. You add eyes? Ooh. Adding eyes are always cool. Goat, you're purple on my side right now. Oh wait, can you guys see? No, cause on your end. On my end, the only difference is this is orange. And you're purple, not blue, but that's okay. This is also how I learned that, like, different accounts see chat differently. Like, and it's weird. I didn't know that. So even if you, because I know you can change your color on your side of the screen, right? Just because you change your color on your side of the screen does not mean that, like, it'll actually change for the main person, I think. I'm not sure. It's really weird. Mostly same. Is only sometimes different. Very odd. That is true. For the most part, your name is orange. Whenever I see you in chat, it's not very often is it different. And Queenie's is almost always dark orange, and Mr. Goat's is almost always purple. It is slightly weird how it never changes, but always appears differently on like other screens. It's just weird. It's like Twitch. Just let us choose our own colors. And let it appear the same on other people's screens. But yeah, I think tonight's gonna be a shorter stream because I am in fact pretty tired. My chin has been acting up all day. I could barely walk at work today, so yeah. Twitch has several odd behaviors like that. That is very true. You like purple? Purple is good. Purple is good. I love purple. I don't know if you could tell, but purple was one of my favorite colors. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell. I kind of like purple. Oh, that is true. Purple should exist more as well. Purple doesn't come into my streams as often. It's kind of sad because I miss them. I miss them. They're cool. They're a cool person. I'm using they because I forgot what pronouns they go by. So, yeah. Oh, really? I hope purple gets better soon. Sick and then busy. Honestly, that's fair. That's fair. Your hair is purple? My hair might be purple one day soon. I don't know. I bought purple hair dye. I'm deciding if I want it to be that color or a different color. But then again, it's not like you'll know, so. They use any products? Okay, cool. I don't know. I might buy a purple wig just so that I can, like, show off. I don't know. Show off how good I look with purple hair. I don't. Honestly, I've never had purple hair, so I don't know how I would look like with it. Hair is cool. I love hair. Oh, thank you, Queenie, for subscribing. Right for the month. That's great. If you don't see, if you just don't tell us, you can show us your hair on stream. That is true. I have thought about doing that before. I've thought about making a TikTok being like, hey, look at my new wig, and it's just my hair. Just my actual hair. And then I was like, nah, there are people out there that could totally tell the difference. And I'm like, you know, that's fair. And then I didn't do it, so you guys didn't even get to see. Here's the thing. It's like, if you look at my TikToks, I'm pretty sure that there are some TikToks out there of mine that, like, show at least a few strands of my hair. So you could probably easily find out what color hair I have. Maybe not what type of hair, but you could probably easily find out what color I have. But yeah. I try my best to conceal it. But you know, wig caps, they don't always hide everything. I think I've done a pretty good job though. For the most part. Why is my throat dry? My throat's dry today and I have no idea why. Especially since I've like drank a lot of water. Drank a lot of fluids. Hello, Easton? Hello, how are you? How art thou doing today? Oh my gosh, it was like the Ides of March a little while ago. And I text one group that I'm in. I don't know who I text. But I like text somebody about it and then they were just like, you would say that, wouldn't you, you theater nerd? And I was like, you know what? That's fair. That's completely fair. Beware of the eyes, exactly. Oh, it was oh yeah, it was actually you. I remember now. It was you guys, and you were just like, no, well, maybe it wasn't you guys. I don't know. I just remember that's like the day that my stream just did not go well at all, and I think that was the day that the breaker kept on like breaking and like turning my power off so I couldn't stream. I'm like 90% sure that's what the day was. Beware of the Ides. Everybody should beware of the Ides. It's a doomed day. Okay, also, for those of you, I don't know how many people know. How are you on this day of March? Yes, how are you? How are you is such a good question. I was gonna say something and then I completely forgot. Oh, I remembered. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, 21 Pilots released a new music video, and it's the music video for Outside, or The Outside, and I love it so much. Oh my gosh, it's such a good music video, and I'm very, very excited to see this new era, and it's great. You're doing pretty good, pretty tired though, that's fair. I don't know, because it still feels like it's February, or even January. Listen guys, we're like more than halfway through March, and it still feels like we're at the end of January. Excuse me, at the end of January. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. 21 Pilots, they have a new music video for the outside, and such a good music video, and and then Clancy, like Dima.org, they uploaded another Clancy letter, and now we actually have like a map of Dima, and most of you guys probably have no idea what I'm even talking about, but that's okay, because I love 21 Pilots, and I love their story that they've got going on. It's so good. It's just you in the part cult server. Hey, yeah, we do have a Discord. It's very nice there. I like it. Time messes with your brain. That's fair. But yeah. Anyways, back to why I like originally brought this up. So I watched it once through, right? And then the second time I watched it through, I put it on a TV screen, and I made a TikTok out of it. And I might upload the TikTok. I don't know if I will. But, spoilers for the music video, though, by the way. So the beginning of the music video, 8 of the bishops, all 9 bishops are there in the room, right? And they stab one of the bishops to death. It's not Nico. I don't know who it is that they stabbed to death. It might be, I forgot what his name was, but, it starts with E. You understand a bit of what you're saying? Not that much. That's honestly fair. Keon? It might have been Keon. I doubt I doubt that they killed Keon. But they killed one of the bishops, I think. So 8 of the bishops go and they stab one of the bishops. Like to death. He dead. He you see him fall to the ground. I mean, there's no blood, but he falls down to the ground. And then later on in the music video, he like comes back to life due to what I believe to be Clancy holding Ned's horns, because Ned's like a really cool, powerful spirit, right? Spirit thing. And so Clancy is like holding these like things, right? These deer-like horns. I'm going the other way. See if I can do it. Does 21... Yes, 21 Pilots has a lot of lore. It dates back to Vessel, actually. Hold on, give me a second. Give me the 21 Pilots discography, please, Spotify. Because I want to know... See discography. I don't know if it dates back to 21 Pilots, the first album. It might date back to the first one. Another lore recap stream? Oh, a 21 Pilots lore recap stream would take planning, because oh boy, I love this stuff. And I really don't want to get it messed up. But I was somewhere. But yeah. So Clancy, what I believe to be Clancy. Also, none of this stuff is like completely confirmed, because it's literally like only a few days after it's came out, right? So what I believe to be Clancy is holding Ned's like deer antler horns, right? Does a little like ritual dancey movement thing, and kind of takes over the dead bishop's body, and kind of starts like dancing and clowning on the other bishops, right? And so in my little reaction, I was like, what are the bishops gonna do? What are they gonna do? They're standing here looking at this guy that they just Julius Caesar to death. And he's just vibing and dancing around. But yeah, I say, and I quote, what are they're looking at this guy that they just Julius Caesar to death, and I love that joke, and it is my pride and work. I love it. It's a good joke. Anyways, I took like 5 minutes to explain a joke that I might not even post. But yeah, if I ever do a 21 Pilots lore recap, it is going to take a few days of planning because I don't want to get anything messed up. And I would do a PowerPoint. I would try to do a PowerPoint. Should I do a 21 Pilots lore recap PowerPoint stream? Would you guys be interested in that? Would you guys be interested in one of my special interests? Julius Caesar is funny for 99% of people engaged. An incredibly unfunny one for you. An incredibly unfunny for one. That's true. That is true. Lore recap PowerPoint stream for 21 Pilots. I would. Yes, we can do that. You'd love that? Okay, cool. And the thing is, I could probably turn that into a video as well. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. And I am not a 21 Pilots expert, but I might be by the end of this. I really want to know where and when the music video for Chlorine takes place, if it even takes place inside of Dima, or like, cause Dima, like, the Chlorine music video is like in agreed. Okay, cool. I'll have to plan that stream out soon then one day. Cause Dima, right? Dima is this like a very there's a reason that like a whole bunch of people are like trying to escape it, right? But it's also this very dull place with gray walls, gray rooms, and everything. Everything's gray and dull and depressing and everything, and everybody's wearing like the same thing, right? So, and then the music video for Chlorine, like, it just completely throws that off. Like, it's filmed in this like abandoned suburban area. Hold on, let me do this. Actually, no, I don't know how to copy and paste pictures into stream overlay. But yeah, it's just filmed in like this suburban area, like abandoned suburban area, true. And Ned's found by like a pool that Tyler and Joseph are like. Tyler and Joseph. Tyler and Josh. For those of you who don't know, the two band members of 21 Pilots are Tyler Joseph and Josh Dunn. So yeah. Tyler and Josh. Oh gosh darn it. Tyler and Josh are like filling up or doing something to like an abandoned pool, right? And they find Ned. Hello, Ray. I'm talking about 21 Pilots and how much I love everything with the story they're doing. And technically, what they're doing could be considered a ARG because it's like through multiple different medias, and it is a puzzle because there are things that we have discovered through puzzles, like the fact that Clancy might be dead, might not be. We don't know. Yeah. But yeah. How your points doing? But yes, hello Ray, how are you? I don't know if I asked that question or not, so I asked it again, just in case. But yeah, I love 21 Pilots and everything that they're doing with the story that they're writing and performing and putting on, and the 9 bishops, and that now might be 8 bishops, because at the end I'm doing great. I'm talking about 21 Pilots. I'm doing amazing. And so at the end of the the music video for sorry, I had to check something. At the end of the music video for The Outside, what you can see is Dima in the background up in flames, which isn't the thing that I was actually about to say. What I was gonna say is, at the end of the music video, Tyler or Clancy, what I believe to be Clancy, and it's just Tyler portraying him. I'm like 90% sure it's Clancy, because in Clancy's letters, he's just like, yes, I was asked to perform on this like boat thing for like the highest elite members of Dima citizens, which I believe to be the submarine. I'm like pretty sure it's the submarine. And the submarine sank, and he's also in his letter, he is like, yeah, this island that I like washed upon shore, this island, and he brings up an island, right? And in the Outside video, we see Tyler like wake up on an island, washed ashore on an island. So I'm like 99% sure that Tyler is just you don't want to talk about it. Oh, that's fair. But yeah, I'm like 99% sure that Tyler, in like almost all in the entire Scaled and Icy thing, is Clancy. However, well, actually no, Tyler in every single Scaled and Icy music video is in fact Clancy. At least the ones that are about lore and the story. I'm very happy. I'm very happy we're entering a new era, which means new puzzles, which means new stories, and I'm just so excited. But yeah, this could totally be considered an ARG. I'm considering it an ARG. It's a great one too, because it's not solved, because it's not finished yet. I'm very happy, and I can't wait. But yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure that Tyler and Josh are like actual characters in the storyline, but I think Clancy is a different person than Tyler, even though Tyler is acting and portraying Clancy, right? That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing in all the Scaled and Icy videos. But I think Tyler and Josh are actual characters themselves, because in Trench, they're like characters from Trench, right? In Trench, we see them, escape Dima and all that. Well, we don't see them actually escape. Actually, do we? Isn't there a music video out there, like, explaining their escape? I'm like 9% sure there's a video that explains their escape. Okay. I'm like 90% sure that there's a video that shows Tyler and Josh escaping. I'll have to check. 48K? That's still impressive, though, to me. That's still impressive. But yeah. And the fact that I'm, as far as I've heard, I saw one person, like, tweet about it or something. I saw somebody who was just like, oh yeah, Clancy isn't Tyler, because Clancy wrote in one of his letters that he saw Tyler once or twice. And now also, I'm pretty sure that's not the only evidence that I have to disprove that Clancy isn't Tyler. However, another thing that I have evidence as pointing to, is behind. I don't know how you're this behind. I don't know. It might be hacks. I don't know. It might be rigged. I don't know. I have no control over it. But what was I talking about? Hold on. Yeah. there's more than just like one line or one or two lines from his letters, right? There's also the fact I completely forgot what point I was about to bring up. Oh, I remember. Okay, there's also the fact that Tyler's bishop, bishop is Nico, which is like the main big bad guy, right? Nico is that's why it's called Nico and the Niners, because it's like Nico and the 9 bishops, or Nico and the Niners, because there's 9 bishops and Nico is one of Nico and the Niners only like makes sense because cold confirmed, maybe, I don't know, because what the Nico and the Niners, right? It's a good title, but it's also slightly misleading. But it also could, not be misleading, because Nico is part of the Niners, because there's 9 bishops and Nico is like the main bishops of the 9. Anyways, so Tyler's bishop is Nico, and Clancy's bishop is Keon, and there's a whole bunch of other names. Hold on, 21 Pilots bishop names. There's Nico, Andre, Keon, Scarver. I don't know how to pronounce that one. Listo, Vedamo, Nils, Lisbon, and Riesdro. And then each the names of the bishops are song lyrics in Blurry Face. It's really cool. It's really, really cool, and I love it. And 21 and Josh, Tyler, they're geniuses, and I love them. They're awesome. They are amazing storytellers. They're awesome because they've been planning this since. They've been, at the very least, planning this since Blurry Face, which, give me a second, I'm pretty sure Blurry Face came out 2013, or that's Vessel that I'm thinking about. Blurry Face release date. Blurry Face came out 2015, so Vessel release date. Vessel came out 2013. Okay, Vessel came out 2013. Blurry Face came out. Wait, no. Vessel came out 2013. Blurry Face came out 2015. So they've been planning this since at least 2015, but most likely since 2013, because Migraine, which is a song in Vessel, by the way, is they use the lyric video. They use the lyric videos for this most recent video. Hello, Ivan. Hi, I'm talking about one of my special interests, which is 21 Pilots and the lore behind all their videos, and Dima and Trench, and it's amazing, and it's beautiful, and I'm very excited. But yeah, they've been planning. You're gonna go try to get some sleep. Okay. Have a good night. Bye. Bye-bye. That's the wrong button. That isn't bad. That is true. It isn't bad. But yeah, they've been playing this since, at the very least, Blurry Face. So probably around 2014 when they were writing. 2014 when they were writing Blurry Face. Probably since 2013. So this is almost a decade-long planning story. You're only on 5'7". It's 57.7k. How are you almost 10k above? That doesn't make sense. Wait. Oh, it kind of does make it. You have a sub, which means you. That's why you're subbed. So that means you get like more points. But yeah, Tyler and Josh have been planning this story out actively probably for the past 10 years. And they finally got the budget to like do things. Well, yeah. Only for your map popcorns. Oh, I know. Probably mostly. But yeah, I'm just very excited because Mans is getting is able to like bring out his story, and I'm here living and encouraging every single moment of it. You actually haven't done art. Ooh, that's good. Art is always fun. Why is this one so hard? Why can't I? It's a 3-block jump, right? Wait, is it 4 block? Oh, it's a 4 block. Oh, that's why. That's why it's hard. Okay, hold on. Okay, I just gotta line it up. But yeah, Tyler and Josh are able to bring out their creative geniuses, and after Blurry Face they were able to like make a whole bunch of really cool stuff. How long? Oh, since when did Trench come out? I've been listening to them since before Trench. Okay, Trench came out in 2018 and Blurry Face came out in 2015. I think I've been listening to them since 2016? Maybe 2017. What year of high school was I in 2017? What? It's too late to do math. I don't know what school year I was in 2017. But I'm like, I've been listening to them, I believe, like a little bit after Blurry Face came out. So, probably around 2016. So, what is that? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Almost 6 or 7 years by now. So, and they've been my favorite band since I discovered them. You haven't done traditional art. You haven't done traditional drawing art in a while. That is pretty cool. Traditional drawing art is awesome. That's what I normally do anyways. You just sent me a video 4 minutes ago, and I only just now got the notification. But yeah, I love 21 Pilots. They got me through like a really hard time in my life, and they're just great. And they're also one of the only like. Actually, are they? Actually, wait. They're one of because Panic at the Disco, right? Panic at the Disco, one band member that's kinda wrongin', right? If I remember correctly, yeah. He's a little bit of a wrong in there. But I can't always remember why, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, he's wrongin'. But 21 Pilots, both of those guys are just absolutely amazing human beings. Not to mention, Josh is married to the actress that plays Jessie in like Hey Jessie, you know. Yeah, oh wait, I just realized that you guys are younger than me and might actually not know what that show is. I really hope you guys know what that show is, because if not, I'm going to be sad. Or not sad per se, more just like, oh, that was my childhood. Right now you're actually doing digital art, but traditional art. Oh, okay. You haven't drawn in a while. Yeah. Hello, Purple Panda. How are you? I just realized it. Also, so on my screen, you're the same color as Queenie is, and I thought Queenie was the one that asked me the how long question. Anyways, hi Purple Panda, how are you? I didn't realize it was you talking. You're the same color as Queenie. Why is everybody so orange today? I don't know. Anyways. But yeah, I've been listening to 21 Pilots for a long time. I have the like little that, then that, and then the / yeah, I have the little logo thing. Technically logo? Yeah. I have that painted on my wall. I have several shirts from them. And like I have yellow duct tape on my walls. As well as like several what are the things that you like iron onto clothing and it's made of cloth and typically has wax on the back of it or something sticky on the back of it, but you can also like stitch it to clothing? Patches, yeah. I have several 21 Pilot patches, including one that says Bandito, one that says what is it? Salo Folina? Yeah. And then one that just says 21 Pilots. Yeah, that's true. At least you know. It's just an orange sort of day. Yeah, that's fair. I'm doing great. I'm talking about 21 Pilots for the most part of this stream. I'm educating people on 21 Pilots lore. So, I'm doing great. But yes, I have like I went to one of their concerts in Florida, and I don't remember if they had one or more concerts for Trench. I went to the Trench one, right? I don't remember if they had one or more concerts for Trench in Florida, so I'm not saying where the concert was. But yeah, it was one of the best. It was my first concert ever, and it's a really good concert. And my dad took me, right, because I was a young child. Well, I wasn't really that young of a child, but because it was in like 2019. How old was I in 2019? I was 17. So I was, oh my gosh, I'm 20. That was 3 years ago. Oh my gosh. I just got a pang in my heart. That was like 3 years ago. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyways, continuing on from that, yeah, I love that concert so much, and I went with like 2 or 3 of my friends. I went with 2 of my friends, but another one of my friends also went, and I met up with them later that night, and I was like, oh my gosh, how did you enjoy the concert? Because you were at floor level and I was in the nosebleeds. But yeah, it was fun. My dad took me, right, and he was like, oh, this is like one of the best first concerts ever. This is one of the best concerts that I've actually been to. My dad, surprisingly, actually knows some 21 Pilots songs. He recognized like 5 of the songs that were on the set list. And I was like, my dad's educated. Very nice. But yeah. Honestly, Trench is like one of my favorite albums ever. It might be my favorite album ever. And I really love Leave This City. I really love Leave This City. And Trees. Trees is a good song. Trees is a really good song. Tree House is also a really good song. Very, very, very good song. March to the Sea is one of my favorites. Chlorine is obviously amazing. almost a little too much. But it's fine. If I ever got the chance to meet Tyler and Josh, I would take it, even if it cost me like, okay, maybe not if it cost me like $1,000, but like if it cost me like $100, I'd be like, heck yeah. Meet my two favorite, like, people that are my favorite band for only yeah, let's go. But yeah, Tyler is the one that like actually originally made me want to learn ukulele. So you can thank Tyler Joseph for Absinthe's ukulele playing abilities. Even though I don't show it off that often, I can in fact play ukulele. I played March to the Sea once, and I sung to it, and I was like, oh, I love this song. How many other people are stuck on this? 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 people. Technically 5 if you include me. But yeah. I love 21 Pilots so much. And I wish I could play their music on stream, but I would get DMCA'd so fast. I also like Ruby. Ruby is like one of their first songs, and it's not like an official song. There's one song that's like not officially. Hold on. Regional at best. Regional at best. Regional at best. Glowing Eyes. Glowing Eyes by 21 Pilots is one of my favorite songs in the world. And it's not on Spotify because it's on their album, Regional at Best, which is their first album. But it's not on Spotify. Actually, last time I checked, it's not on Spotify officially. It might be on like one of those podcast episode things, but it's not on Spotify. And I'm so sad because Regional at Best is actually a really good. Love Glowing Eyes. Good as you should. Glowing Eyes is such a good song. It's helped me, it's helped me cope with my insomnia. And I'm just like, yes. Also, if you haven't heard of Set It Off is also really cool band. You should listen to 21 Pilots more. It's amazing. They make amazing songs. And the good thing about their songs is like Set It Off is amazing. Exactly, Set It Off is awesome. Dude, I am like 2 people away from Set It Off, from one of the band members in Set It Off. One of my extended family, right? One of my extended family knows like somebody over the internet, right? That I think, yeah. So there's me, right? There's me, and then there's my extended family who has an online friend who went to the same high school as the Set It Off band members. And I'm just like, you have an online friend who went to the same high school and was like friends with one of the band members, and I'm just like, that's awesome. Not to mention they're Floridian, so they're pretty cool. And if you couldn't tell by now, I was an emo child. I still technically am emo. Yeah.
fell asleep. Dude, you wanna know what one of my favorite albums, when you're one person away from a bunch of celebrities. Oh, that's cool. Dude, that's cool. One of my ex's aunts used to work like in the music industry and like has like worked with people like Melanie Martinez and I think Beyonce as well once. I think Beyonce? I'm not sure. It could be somebody else. But yeah, that was a really cool person. I liked her aunt. Even though I had never met her aunt. But her aunt's not in that business anymore, so emo is good. We love emo. We stand emo. Good. You still listen, going through an emo phase isn't necessary. Thank you for the rent money, Cherry. That's fair. We're discussing connections to celebrities. I'm trying my best not to. But it is interesting. Cousins go to your school. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's not my alarm. I was like, is that my 1 a.m. alarm? No, it's not. Because it's midnight. Not 1 a.m. I was saying something. Oh, yeah. Not everybody needs to go through an emo phase. In fact, I would probably recommend people don't go through an emo phase. Because typically, when you're going through an emo phase, that made me pause. I was like, what is that? Why? But typically, when you're going through an emo phase, you're not in the best mental state. I know I definitely was not. Only if you stay in your emo phase, because that's true. I still technically am in my emo phase. I never left. I've always been emo. I'm just mentally stabler now. More mentally stable than I was then. Now, that's not to say that I am mentally stable. I am not. I just am more mentally stable than I was in high school, listening to 21 Pilots and Set It Off and Panic at the Disco and MCR and a whole bunch of other things. One of my favorite mental health... No, it's not. Mental health is not overrated. But one of my favorite, like, albums to fall asleep to is just the Black Parade. That's it. I like to listen to the Black Parade when falling asleep. I keep it at a very low tone, and it's a very nice band to go to sleep to, okay? Dude, I actually legitimately got scared by the G Note once. Like quite a few times, actually. And it made me realize, oh my gosh, I truly am, like, emo. You wish you were more, but anxiety, that's fair. Coming from an elder emo. Exactly. But no, I was in high school, right? I was in the like music room, and we were practicing music for my music class or for theater. I don't remember which. You're incredibly unemo. Never really have to. That's honestly valid and fair, and that's good. Probably good. Yeah, probably good. But yeah, we were either in my music class or practicing for theater. You don't have that sort of self-confidence? That's fair. I mean, there's a reason half of my closet is black. In high school, it was more like 4/5 of my closet was black, but now it's closer to half. I've incorporated more colors into my closet now. I still, for the most part, wear black, but yeah. Yeah, I can't remember if it was theater practice or like music class, but out of nowhere, my music teacher, he just plays the G note, and I'm not paying attention, right? I'm not paying attention because we just sat down, and I'm like just lost in my own mind because I have ADHD, right? I'm lost in my own mind. And he plays the G note, and I just go, huh, what? I physically jump up in my chair because of the G note, and nobody else reacted. I was the only one who reacted to the G note. And I was like, oh my gosh, that actually scared me. I never would have thought that it would actually scare me one day, but it did. I was so surprised. You're a nerd, it's okay. You would have middle school felt come. See, G doesn't affect me. It's the actual note that affects me. And it doesn't affect me as much anymore. Because MCR is technically back together as a band now, even though they haven't really made any new music, as far as I'm aware. But it's fine, because they're back together now, so yeah. Emo stuff is so aesthetic. That's because it is. It's a good aesthetic. Now come to think of it, trench might be the reason why I like not purple, yellow so much. Perfect pitch? I don't think I have perfect pitch. I just know what a G note sounds like. Like if you played let's just say A sharp. If you played an A sharp to me, I would not know that was an A sharp. I would also not know how high or low it is on a piano. I would not be able to play it on a piano. If you play that, like just a note, I will not be able to tell you what note it is. Of freaking course I do it the first time I try it on the left. I was stuck at that for like 15 minutes, just trying to go the normal route. And then as soon as I go the route that I'm familiar with, I succeed first try. That's just great. But yeah. Lefty is simply right. You're right. You are completely right. But yeah, I love set it off. So good. I was gonna get a set it off shirt, but then one of my siblings got a set it off shirt, and they got the set it off shirt that I wanted. And then I didn't buy a set it off shirt because I didn't want the shirts to get like mixed up. Because living in my house, I have lost clothes in this house, and then I have proceeded to 6 months later find it in a sibling's room. I'm just like, dude, I've been looking for this for like 6 months. And they'll just go, oh, sorry, here you go. And the thing is, my clothes end up in both my sister's rooms and my brother's room. They end up in both rooms. So. For playing Valorant? Not too much trouble. I actually don't know. Probably not too much trouble. But since it was 1 a.m. and number 3 had school the next day, actually, oh, yeah, that's why, 3 actually got into a little bit of trouble, and we stand an emo family, I know. It was mainly just me and one of my sister's siblings. It was me and one of my siblings. No, wait, no, yeah. I'm not saying anything else because I'm thinking about to how many of us, like, are actually, like, kind of emo. Set It Off. Very good band. Sleep When I'm Dead. Listen to that song so many times at 3 a.m. Every single time I listen to Set It Off. Every single time I listen to Sleep When I'm Dead. So for those of you who don't know Sleep When I'm Dead, it's a song about being an insomniac. And one of the lyrics is, it basically tells the insomniacs to raise your right hand and repeat after me. It's like, all insomniacs, raise your right hand and repeat after me. And then he goes, I guess I'll sleep when I have died. And he yells that. And every single time that I listen to that, I subconsciously raise my right hand and mouth those words. Every single time I listen to that. I don't know if I've ever listened to that and not done that, actually. Maybe like the first time, maybe the second time. But other than that, every single time that I've listened to that song, and it comes to that part, I raise my right hand, and I say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. God. Emo music is just so good. Like, it really is. I gotta go listen to Set It Off now. But yeah, a good amount of me and my siblings are emo. My brother, I'm not sure. He listens to more rap stuff, so yeah. He's not really emo. It's more me and a sibling or two of mine. And number 3 is definitely a sibling who's emo. Your dad is a college professor, and one of his places of teaching his students has like 50 style. That is great. If it's not too much of a bother, could you please ask your dad to take a picture of that? And could you please put it in the Discord, because I would love to see that. If not, I completely understand. But that just sounds like a really cool sign. Mind you, tomorrow? That's if I can remember. But yes, if I remember to remind you, I will. Oh, that did not sound good, did it? I'm going to a different one. The thing has, I'm bleeding. Oh, nice. Anyways. Forest Parkour. The Memory Collective. One of us will probably fail to forget. What do you mean, one of us? All of us are probably going to fail to remember. Oh, wait. Fail to forget. Yeah. I mean, one of us might fail to forget. One of us might actually remember. That'd be cool. I like this song. It's a good Lemon Demon song. Music in general is a very cool topic. I want to learn guitar, but at the same time, I also want to learn like 4 other things that are the equivalent of a language. So, guitar might have to wait for a while. memory is not our forte. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's very true. Okay, moving on. Time to become a Millville viewer. Oh god, good luck. You're gonna go. You're welcome. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, morning, whatever it is, wherever you are. Hope you have a wonderful 24 hours? That makes it sound like I'm threatening you. I apologize. Have a good existence. Have a good day. I'm allowed to sound like a nerd because I am a nerd. That's fair. But yeah. Bye. Have a good night. See ya. Have a nice remainder of your life. Now that sounds like a threat. You too have become a mobile viewer. Oh no. The stream delay is now. What is left of it anyways. See, that sounds even more threatening. The more we add on, it just sounds more and more threatening. That sounded like a whole bunch of like very impressive button clacks, but it really just wasn't. What are our other artists that I like to listen to? Penelope Scott's pretty cool. Melanie Martinez. Dodie Clark. Oh my gosh, Dodie Clark's amazing. I don't listen to Dodie's music as much as I used to. Your phone has less stream. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Just wait a while and that'll probably change. But yeah, Dodie Clark, one of my favorite songs by Dodie Clark is not an official song. And I realize that is the way with most of the artists that I listen to. That is the way with most artists that I listen to. Like, for example, my favorite Dodie Clark song is Party Tattoos. And that is only available on YouTube because Dodie never released it as an actual song. Which is sad. I mean, Sick of Losing Soulmates is really cool too. But, yeah. Tommy Lovejoy video. I have not watched the full 20 minutes of it. I watched like 30 seconds of it. I'll watch it later tonight probably. It's good. That's good. That's good. I heard that he like improv'd jazz piano, which is honestly really impressive. And I'm glad people like, cause Tommy's really like musically talented, but he like never shows off that side of him. It is very impressive. Is there anything here? No, I just jumped. Okay. But yeah. Unreleased songs, Dodie Clark's unreleased song, Party Tattoos, is my favorite song by her. I love it. It's just such a good song. It's just party tattoos. Actually, if I can, I'm going to, can you, because I'm 90% sure you can play Dodie Clark on Twitch. I don't know. Because people play Dodie Clark on Twitch before. I'm like 90% sure you can play Dodie Clark on stream. Okay, heck it, we're gonna play Party Tattoos, or at least a little bit of it. Oh, the first thing I open YouTube to see is a Helluva Boss episode 8. New sneak peek. I'll watch that later. Anyways, Dodie Clark. Oh yeah, Dodie Clark also released She. She is a very good song. So this is Party Tattoos. Actually, let me search it. Oh wait, you can't. Wait. Party Tattoos is, hold on. Wait. It's not Party Tattoos. It's not Party Tattoos. It's Rainbow something. Rainbow something. Rainbow something. Rainbow Poison. Dodie Clark. Oh, you can barely hear this.
Why the colors of poison?
There you go, that should be
So good.
Here. It's my favorite Dodie Clark song. Is Rainbow Poison.
Green, pink, chocolate blue. Why the colors of poison look so good. Here's some fun in a glass. Drink it up now. Drink it up now. More bubbles, smooth but sharp. Gulp it down like oxygen in the dark. That it'll make you feel alive. Drink it up now. Drink it up now. And I didn't want the night to end. This liquid is my best friend. Yeah, I didn't want the night to end, no. And I didn't want the night to end. This liquid is my best friend. Yeah, I didn't want the night to end, no. 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 Look at me, I'm on top of the world. Goodbye strings, I'm a pretty girl. And now I know I've gone too far. Drink it up now, drink it up now. Green, pink, chocolate blue. Why is rainbow poison so bad for you? And now I know I've gone too far. Drink it up now, drink it up now. And I didn't want the night to end. This liquid is my best friend. And I didn't want the night to end, no. And I didn't want the night to end. This liquid is my best friend. And I didn't want the night to end, no. 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 No.
Anyways, so that's Rainbow Poison by Dodie Clark. It's my favorite song by Dodie Clark, and it's an unreleased song. So that's what makes it sad, is because it's not on Spotify, right? Rainbow Poison. Yeah, Rainbow Poison is not on Spotify. So, it's sad. It's a very calming, very nice sounding good song. I love it. It's my favorite song by Dodie, but it's unreleased. And then one of my favorite songs by Melanie Martinez is also unreleased, and it's called Ice Cream, as in ice cream, and it's a very heavy bass, and I love the song, and I'm not going to play it. Hello, too many cats. Hello, how are you? I'm not going to play my favorite Melanie Martinez song because it definitely DMCA. even though I'm not exactly sure what the rule about unreleased songs are. After watching the top, that's fair. Lovejoy is honestly a vibe. But now, after listening to that one Dodie song, I really want to listen to more. There's another Dodie Clark song that I also really like, but I can't remember the name too, and it's a very sad song. Like, it's a sad song. Like, if this is somebody's favorite song, it's concerning. Like, concerning. Time to do Stream Elements cosplay. That's great. It's been well. How about you? It's been pretty good. Today's stream, I've talked mostly about music. And for half of it, I talked about 21 Pilots and the lore of 21 Pilots and Trench and Dima and Clancy and Nico and Keon and just everything that has to do with 21 Pilots. It's very good and lovely, and it's one of my special interests. So I'm glad people like it as much as I do. But I'm not smart enough to figure out like any of this stuff. So yeah. Hold on. Can I play Dodie Clark on Twitch? I'm like 90% sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can play their music on Twitch. I've heard people play Dodie Clark on Twitch before. Right? Dodie Clark. Because I know Sick of Losing Soulmates is pretty good. Hold on, I need to go to that album so that I can not human. Is it human? I think it's human. Is it human? Where is it? 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 See this discography. Darn it, I don't know what the song is, but it's a good song. But yeah, I like Dodie Clark, and Lemon Demon is way too hype for me right now. So we're going down the playlist and playing. Where is it? 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 Try dreams. We'll actually Lovebird first. Anyways, how are you guys today? As they fly. I love music. It's so cool. Vibes? No. Vibes are good. Okay. Oh, there is actually. Okay, cool. Good to know. You live acoustic music. This electronic. That is true. Yeah, acoustic and electronic are equally good, just in different ways. Like, my two favorite types of music are like guitar music and music that includes synthesizers. So, not so surprisingly, but yeah, I love synthesizer, like music that incorporates a synthesizer and synth music. It sounds so cool, you know? I don't think that was surprising, but unironically, I really like synth music. I need to make synth music. I need to get something that allows me to make synth music. I would get a synthesizer, but Appa? It's Appa! Appa's great. Avatar The Last Airbender is like one of the only shows that I can rewatch. And I love it. I love it. Cool. It is getting to that time of night where I'm kind of like vibey times. I'll end stream soon, I just don't know when. And I actually mean soon, not like in an hour soon. Because I'm getting tired. Unless I get into like a topic or conversation that I'm passionate about, then it might actually turn into an hour. But let's hope not. How about this? First, I was going to say, first parkour I get stuck on. But I guess, well, okay then. Oh? What? Where am I? I can't see. I'm on the outside. Always looking in. What? Where? Hold on. Where am I? Can I? Oh, I can't even move. Hold on. Stop! I would like to know what I look like. I'm like standing up. What? Let me look out. I'm like trapped inside of a block. I can't. Yes, I glitched. Well, okay then. I guess it wants me to end stream here. Well, what? Hold on. Please tell me it loaded me. Okay, well, at the beginning. I don't want to be at the beginning. Okay, well. First one that it takes me longer than 10 tries to do. I will end stream. Server said, time for bed. Exactly. I've got a different server than Raid. Yeah, I guess we can discuss who to raid. MC Chill. If he's still live, then yeah. Of course. There's like only one thing that I don't like about his streams. I love his streams. The only thing I don't like about his streams is that he has no background music for the majority of the time, unless he's changed that. Like in his intros, yeah, he has background music, but like the majority of the time, at least when I'm watching his streams, he doesn't have background music, and it slightly annoys me. Cause it's like, it would be chiller, like, but then again, that's my personal preference, so he can stream however he likes. I like his streams anyways. That's literally like my only complaint though. It's not even that much of a complaint, it's just like a personal opinion that I like.
Slowly a sunlit dream pulls me out of sleep. Feel the morning through the blind. I get to thinking about your sun-kissed face.
First actual parkour thing that I have trouble on, I will raid him. If he's still alive. If not, we'll raid Nikki because Nikki's doing a subathon.
So if you don't know what you need, you can leave it all to me. Don't want you worried about a thing. I know you do the same for me. 'Cause you're so lovely, you're so lovely. I can't help but fall for you, love. When you love me, it's so lovely loving you.
Or I might just end stream when I get to the end of this level because I'm quite tired.
So softly a tender breeze brush against my knees on a summer afternoon. I get to thinking about the hazy days under August shade that I used to spend with you. I didn't realize it was all I wanted. What I had, my riddled heart, I had to cradle back together just to see. It's all like magic to me. You do magic, baby, when you love me. You're so lovely. I can't help but fall for you, love. When you love me, it's so lovely loving you.
Sleepy time. Right now it's very chill time.
So slowly a sunlit dream pulls me out of sleep. Feel the morning through the blinds. I turn my head to meet your sun-kissed face. In this quiet place, I can give you all my time.
Oh wait.
I know I'm not the only one, but I can't imagine nothing else. I see it every time I fall asleep. My body's aching, my head is hurting, my tummy's turning, my heart is racing, filled with ambition. I feel it burning. I want it back, got a plan. It's just kinda hard to word. It's all I need.
5 time, yeah.
I want more life for my Drake shit, and I'm getting tired of all the same shit. I wanna see my family, wanna see my friends. I've been slept on like my name says.
Dude, you wanna know what I find hilarious? Is that, I don't know if I've brought this up on stream before, but like, Ronbu's entire extended family just thinks that he's taking a gap year, and I find that freaking hilarious. Like, just imagine you're just like, oh, hello. Just imagine you're like some random kid, right? And your parents tell you that like your cousin is like taking a gap year, right? And then you discover like Minecraft fandom, right? Specifically Dream SMP. You discover this guy that like is like the same ridiculously tall height as your cousin and sounds very similar to just, I'd like to think that one of his like cousins, like one of his young cousins, is into like Minecraft somehow and like at least knows of his online presence, at the very least knows of his online presence, and just has no idea. I like to think that. I like to think that. Meanwhile, here I am over here. Almost my entire family knows that I do this. Like, as soon as I got affiliated, I like went to my cousin and I was like, dude, I've only been streaming a week and I'm already affiliated. And they were just like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, only like one or two of my cousins actually is like an internet person.
I'm just looking for some balance and some trust. I'm just looking for some mutual love, but all I get is unrequited. Why my world always
I like this song too, it's very
I
nice.
used to hate the serious. I used to be so silly, but I'm not a kid no more. No, I'm not a kid.
Jump,
But I guess
please.
it's what we always said. Yeah, I guess it's what we always said.
My space bar is working for you.
Get
Yeah.
lost in an offbeat
I'm
rhythm.
just not
Feel the
working.
way that you're moving, and I think that I get it, and I think that I will till the sun
There we
comes.
go.
When the sun go down, we gon' get
There
in
we go.
touch. 'Cause I don't even know, I don't know why. All your love, I'm trying to
Streamer is awesome, thank you.
lost in you. And all that
I'm glad you think so.
and here we go, I never really know why. I'm just trying to take it slow, see where it goes. 'Cause you know that you never really know. Even though I can feel it in my soul, but you never know why. And here
Dude,
we
if
go,
I like pop off on streaming and like if I'm able to become a full-time streamer, I'm probably not gonna tell my IRL what.
all the silly things we hide.
No, not again. I was so close. No. I'm so close to the ending. Please. Stop. There we go. Good. All good. Anyways, if I ever like actually pop off, you don't think so, it's just a fact. I'm okay. Oh wait, I just finished a level. I'm gonna talk about this for like a minute more and then end the stream. But if I ever like pop up and actually be able to become a full-time content creator, server really thinks it's time. It really does. Like Hypixel is just like absent. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. But yeah, don't do it. I'll go to sleep soon. Hypixel. Just let me finish my stories. But yeah, if I ever become like a full-time content creator, I probably won't tell many of my IRL friends because they probably won't recognize me. High school, I might tell. I can think of one person I would tell from high school. Maybe 2 people, maybe 3 people from my high school. I need to text them. I haven't texted them in a while. But yeah, I'd probably only tell a few of my IRL friends. Just think about it. It's not like they would recognize me. They might text me one day and be like, yo, dude, this person sounds like you. But it's not like they would recognize me. That's a good thing about being like looking completely different online persona way and looking one way online persona and then looking completely different IRL. Because I really do. I look completely different. Yeah. It'd be you two and then Tall Boy that knows. You guys are my 3 like only IRL friends that actually know about my content creation stuff. Although one of my friends who is a Dream SMP fan as well, she knows that I do stuff, but I think last time she checked up, I had just become affiliate. So I think she still thinks that I'm like below 100 followers, which is kind of fair, and I kind of want to keep it that way, because one day I want to just be like, surprise, shoddy. How many people know what shoddy actually means now? That's paying attention. What's happening? You're not paying. That's fair. I'm talking about how it would be funny. It really would be funny. I'm talking about how the majority of my IRL friends will probably never know that I do this. Like, the majority of them just will never know. There's like 3 IRL friends of mine who will get constant updates, but that's it. And the people at my work. There's a few people at my work that I'm just like, look, be proud of me, please. But yeah, cause there's like 2 or 3 people at my work that actually understand what Twitch is. And I'm just like, dude, look. And he's like, dude, that's awesome. But yeah, it's pretty cool, might I say. But like, almost everybody that I've talked to about it has supported me. And I'm very happy about that. And I'm also lucky to have that, because I know that's not the case with everybody. Okay, how much more do I have this level? I'm like halfway through. First one that I come to across with trouble, I will say night-night. Although that might be this one. I have a few more tries in me before I end. Cause it's like, I know I can do it. It's just okay. Well, anyways, that's the stream for tonight. Who's live? Ooh. We have choices. Could do Dervacat, who's playing Phasmophobia. Michael Machill, who's doing Valorant. Or Nikki Miachu, who is doing a subathon. Is she sleepy? Oh, she's sleepy. I think she's a sleepy girl. I think she's a sleepy. Ads, please end. I want to know. Good night, streamer. Good night. Yeah, I think Nikki is sleeping right now. So Michael Machill or Dervacat? Yeah, Nikki's sleeping. Sleepy Nikki is asleep. We'll be back in the morning. Oh, hello, totally not shout out. Hi, you joined at a really unfortunate time, because I'm actually about to end. So, yeah, you're welcome to watch the VOD if you like, or join the Discord. I'll probably be active in the Discord, so, yeah. Hi, I apologize, you're joining, like, at the end of stream. Michael will chill? Okay. Mr. Michael Michelle it is. Oh, yeah, his face came on today. And he's like 11 minutes into start. Wait. No, he was streaming earlier. Oh, I think his stream like crashed or something. Yes. That is the Discord. That is the Discord link somewhere. Yeah. This one. Yeah. Read. Michael Mitchell. There we go. Raid has been created. Okay. Bye, chat. Have a good night. I will see you all tomorrow, probably. So, yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Be respectful in the raid. Okay. I know there's like only like 4 or 5 of you in the raid. 4 of you right now. I will see you all tomorrow. I will make the announcement of when stream is tomorrow in Discord. It's probably gonna be 11 o'clock, but it could change. It could change. Anyways, bye chat. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye. Hello, VOD watchers. I hope you guys have had an amazing time. Good night.